Students, today we are going to start with our new supplementary reading number 4, that is The Enemy, written by Pearl S. Buck from our very own book Vistas. Okay, before that, I'll tell you the information about our author Pearl Centric Sticker Buck, born in 1892 and died in 1973. She was an American writer and novelist, daughter of missionaries. One of her efficient work, The Good Earth, has won the Pulitzer's Prize in 1932. In 1938, she was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. She was the first American woman to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. Prominent advocate of the rights of women and minority groups. The author was an American brought up in China. She has a humanistic approach towards the problems of life. In the story, she expresses that although nations were at war, individuals were human and they could feel for each other and help others from the enemy countries. The Enemy chapter by Pearl S. Buck is set during the World War II. It is a touching story of the conflict that goes on in the head and heart of a man. On one side there is a patriotism and the other side there is a humanity. There is a Japanese doctor, Dr. Sadao. He hated America because of his patriotism. He had been raised by his father who was a patriot. Dr. Sadao had met Hannah. Now how he met Dr. Sadao, he was a very famous Japanese surgeon and an accomplished scientist, and his wife Hannah lived in a house on a coastal area in Japan. One day, while an American sailor, he washed ashore in the dying state. Okay. And this is the story which revolves around the enemy from America, and there is a dilemma of the author whether dilemma of Dr. Sadao, that whether he as a doctor should treat the enemy on the humanitarian basis or he should behave as a patriot and send the enemy to the police. So Dr. Sadao met Hannah, his wife, in America, where he had gone to study surgery. His house was solitary, situated on the seashore. Dr. Sadao's house was set upon the rocks above a narrow beach surrounded by pine trees. As a child, he used to climb these trees. He often visited the South Sea Islands with his father. His father believed that the islands were stepping stones to Japan's future to gain perfection. Sadao's father was a traditional man who took pains to get his son educated. He sent Sadao to America to complete his study. But he inculcated in his son, or he developed the values in the son of patriotism and national loyalty. The Second World War started, but Sadao was not sent with the troops because he was about to make a discovery which would make any wounds entirely clean. While he was in America, he met Hannah, but he had waited until he was sure that she was Japanese before deciding to marry her. His father would never have approved of her otherwise. An American prisoner of war is washed ashore by the sea in front of the doctor's house. Okay, it happened one night when Sadao and Hannah were enjoying the view of the sea from their veranda when they saw something black coming out of the mist. It was a man. He was crawling. They thought he was a fisherman who was washed from his boat, but when they went near, they realized that it was a young white man who was wounded and bleeding. He was lying unconscious on the sand. Dr. Sadao had no reason to save him and thinks of leaving him there to die or throw him back into the sea. The man was bleeding profusely or very badly. Sadao saw that his bullet wound had reopened. He packed the wound with sea moss. The man mourned with pain, but he did not awaken. Sadao wanted to throw the man back into the sea, as he had now realized that he was an American prisoner of war from his cap. Hannah also agreed. Hannah helps her husband dutifully, as all the servants object to this act of kindness towards an American. Sada knew that giving shelter to the enemy would get him and his family into the trouble. He was torn between his moral duty as a doctor, which urged him, or rather, which forced him to save the dying man, and his national duty, which required handing him over to the army as a patriot. Both Hannah and Sadao finally decided to take the man home, as he was in need of urgent medical attention. Sadao and Hannah decided that they should tell the servants also. They would tell them that they intended to hand the young American over to the police. The man had been starved for a long time and he was as light as a fowl. They carried him to Sadao's father's bedroom and he was no longer alive. Father was no longer alive, Sadao's father, and so that particular room, it was given to that particular enemies for taking care of him. The young man was very dirty and he needed to be washed. Hannah told the servants to for a help, but the servants did not agree to her. They tried to convince Sadao that he must hand over the enemy to the police. Hannah had to wash the young man herself. Sadao was ready to operate the man and he became completely absorbed in his work. He told Hannah that he would need to give anesthetic to the man. Hannah had never seen an operation earlier, so she started vomiting. She saw the red deep scars on the neck of their enemy. She wondered if the war torture stories she had heard was actually true. She recalled that General Takima was a ruthless man who even beat up his wife. Sadao murmured while operating, as he was his habit. He called the enemy his friend. He was finally succeeded in taking out the bullet out. He was sure that the young fellow would live in spite of his sufferings. Hannah took very good care of the man. She fed him and looked after all his needs. When the man came to his senses, he was surprised that Hannah talked in English. Hannah told that she had lived in America for a long time. The enemy revealed his name to Hannah. His name was Tom. Dr. Sadao promises her of solving the matter on his visit to check the general. He narrates the incident to the general. The general assures that he would help him to get rid of the enemy that particular night. When Sadao saw the distress Hannah was in, he decided to get rid of the young man. He went and told the entire thing to the general. Okay, as I told you, he narrated the entire story. He never trusted other Japanese surgeons. The general, and therefore again and again general he used to call Sadao for his illness. Therefore, instead of taking action against Sadao, he promised that nothing would happen to him. General planned to get the American soldier assassinated. He told Sadao that his private assassins, who were very competent, would also remove the dead body. Sadao thought that his plan would be the best for his family. After that meeting, Sadao spent 3 restless nights waiting for the assassins, but they didn't come. Finally, the torture became too much to bear for him. He planned to get rid of the enemy himself. On the next visit to the general, Sadao tells him that the American had escaped. The general recalls that he had failed to send the assassins, which was not due to lack of patriotism or lack of performing his duty, but he was simply had been absorbed in his own affairs. Sadao actually had warned him that he needed to escape, as the news of his presence was not hidden anymore. He arranged a boat, food, drinking water, and clothing for the young man. He also gave him his own flashlight. He told Tom that he should flash the light 2 times if he needed something. Once if everything was fine. He must do this only when the sun dropped under the horizon. Sadao realizes that he is safe and is thankful to the general. Servants return and gradually everything goes back to the normal. The doctor hates the American and wonders that why did he save him and not let him die. Okay, so basically he further added that Tom could find many fish to eat, but he should eat them raw, unless the fire is being seen. Even Hannah didn't know about this plan. Sadao had told to wait for the Korean ship to take him safely. Sadao went to the general and informed him that the American had escaped. The general informed Sadao that he had forgotten about the prisoner as he was unwell. He told Sadao not to leak out this information to anybody. Back at home, Sadao was left wondering why he could not kill the young American, though he was his enemy. Okay, so clear. I hope the topic, the enemy, is very clear. Go through the textbook. Okay, read the lesson thoroughly and rewind this video unless you understand the chapter very well. Now, some difficult words which I would be telling you all, that is heedlessly, thoughtlessly or carelessly, solemn, formal, stupor means trance, pallor means the paleness of the face, intricate means complicated, probed means searched, quivered is trembled, repulsion is to dislike, staunch, stanch means firm, courteously polite, crouched is stoop, profound means deep, breathing covering, staggered shocked, spiked is pointed, ebbing is receding, groan is to cry, flickers it means to flash, incisions means the biological cut to be made on the body, contemptuously means disrespectful, indispensable is necessary, alcove means cubicle, condemned blamed, assuage is a lesson, condemned sentenced, despite hated, assassinas means the killers, cardinal is serious, brusquely means roughly, gaunt, that is GAUNT, means thin, dereliction is to neglect, repulsion is to disgust, blonde means fair haired, and slatternly means dirty. So I hope the meanings are there in the textbook. You jot down in it and make the notes out of it. Thank you.